Good morning. Good morning, Bailey Vexed. Take your time, darling. Good morning, Dory. How are you guys this morning? Kathy Rebuilds, good morning. Mama Beth, good morning. So, oh gosh, Kathy. Yeah, I might have to if you're an animal lover, you might want to take warning before you watch this. Last night I was livid, and I was livid because, good morning, Lisa. I was livid because it takes a lot of knowledge when you breed dogs. I am a dog breeder. I have champion bloodline poodles, AKC registered. All of my dogs, hey Clancy, go to homes that I know where they're going. There is someone here that's a wrench for me that actually had one of my puppies. She got one, and I love her to pieces. I don't know if she's watching yet or not. I'm sure she'll be in here because she knows. You know, I'm doing good, Marie Duffy. How are you? Hey, Clancy. I'm doing good. Last night I was infuriated, just by the live that I saw her do. And we're talking about MFW because, oh Lord, where do I even begin? That poor dog of hers had no whelping box, had no place to nest. This dog had its puppies out on a back porch where there was a lot of dirt, dust, one blanket and a floor mat that was dirty. That's not how you breed animals. The mother dog needs to feel comfortable, and she was petrified. And another thing I saw was Royal, the male dog, in there. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk about it, Ems. I'm definitely going to talk about it. Good morning. You cannot have that male dog around the puppies or the mother, because the mother is going to be protective over her baby pups. It's instinct. That's what animals do. They get that motherly instinct as soon as they clean those babies. And one of the pups, passed away, which was unfortunate. I don't know how or why, but I want to ask MFW, did you do any research before doing this? Any book, or if you Google search, will tell you the things you need to have ready, because you might have to help the mother. And there's been many times I've had to help my mama dogs when going into labor because they get exhausted. You have to sometimes you have to help birth them, and you have to open the sacs yourself. So you need a suction to help clear out the airway. You need scissors to cut the umbilical cord. You have to sometimes tie off the umbilical cord. She didn't have any of that prepared. And that's really sad to me, because there was a puppy that passed, and that broke my heart. And it broke my heart because she put it on there. Why did you zoom in on that dog? Are you looking for sympathy over that? Because you're not going to get sympathy. You're going to get a lot of angry people who are dog lovers. And I wanted my husband to do this live with me. And he loves animals so much. He's like, Sarah, I can't. And I understand that. I do. You know, if you can't even afford a water bill, and if you can't even afford insurance, how are you going to afford vaccinations for these pups? Did you know that you have to have them vaccinated at 6 weeks old? How are you going to afford that? You have to have them vaccinated with a parvo shot. You can't even let those puppies outside before they have that parvo shot. How are you, okay, at 3 to 4 weeks old, how are you going to afford the puppy food to feed those puppies? You know, you can't just give them the food. You kind of got to soften it up for them. And you'll be able to tell, well, maybe not, because I don't even think that, I think all you see is dollar signs when it comes to, yes, seasons. Roxy gave birth to pups yesterday. Yes. Yes. Like maybe 11 or 12 of them. I think it was 10, but there was one that was lost when I seen what I saw. Then I had to turn it off. Like I couldn't. I didn't even record it. I mean, I'm not going to put someone's content on my channel like that. Yes, she uses those dogs for show props. Yeah, she doesn't care about no one. Yeah, what she cares about is getting money from these dogs. Hey, Rachella, good morning. And when you breed animals, that's not what you should do it for. You know, there's enough dogs in this world to where we shouldn't be breeding anyways, right? But, you know, some people do like poodles or other breeds. But if you're going to go into it, you have to do a lot of research. You have to know what you're doing. And it's going to consume a lot of your time, like morning, noon, and night. I can't tell you how many times I've had to literally go into my living room where my female was, and I would take out a little, we have an air mattress, and I'd go out there and sleep with her just to make sure that, you know, she wasn't laying on one, or, you know, that she was able to feed them properly. You know, I would put the little puppies up to the nipple. I treated my dogs like my children, you know. I was up morning, noon, and night with these dogs. And I don't know. I'm not going to try to compare. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I'm really worried about those dogs. If you can't afford water, if you can't afford insurance, how are you going to afford to get 10 to 11 puppy shots, parvo shots? How are you going to afford that? And going to Tractor Supply to get that is okay, but those puppies need to be seen by a vet. That's expensive, very expensive. You know, when they turn 3 to 4 weeks old, when they start weaning off a mama, they need soft puppy food. And you can't just give them the type of food that you would give Royal or Roxy. You can't do that. The puppies need puppy food for nutrients. How are you going to afford that? You can only beg online so many times, Katie. And I'm not trying to like scream or yell. Last night if I would have went live last night, I would have been flipping my lid because I was angry. I hate to see people breed animals just for monetary gain. It really bothers me, you know, and if you have no idea what you're doing, that bothers me even more. Why didn't you research MFW? Yeah. There's only so much money people are going to be willing to give you. And last night, I think you upset a lot of people by filming that puppy that passed on. I know it infuriated me. I cried because, you have no idea why that animal died. You should have been paying more attention. You didn't need to be recording it and filming it, because you was so excited your dog was having puppies. You should have been down there with them the whole time. I'm the crazy poodle lady, and all my neighbors know it, and these dogs right here get taken better care of than I do. Like, I kid you not. Like, my dogs come first. They're like my children. And oh gosh. Yeah, seasons you would have. It was pretty bad. Yeah, and see, that's the kind of animal breeders that you want to stay away from. Like, I don't even breed my animals all the time. No, like, there's a handful of times that I have. My mama dog, I've only bred her 3 times, and that's it. Because, you don't want to, it takes, it shortens their lifespan. I had a stepdaughter that, after my divorce from her father, she ended up getting my Rottweiler. And God love her. She bred that damn dog so many times, and it shortened Haley's life. And that really hurt me. And she didn't know what she was doing. She lost a lot of puppies, I know that. But she did it to sell them so she can make a quick buck. And that's not how you go about doing it. Hey, Steph. I just think that you should have been more prepared. You should have had more blankets out there for her to lay on. Shit, you shouldn't even have had that dog give birth to those puppies out on a porch that was completely dirty with dust everywhere and with dirt everywhere. That mama dog needed to be comfortable. She needed to feel safe. And, every time you would move her arms away when she was licking them dogs, you shouldn't have intervened. You should have been letting her do what she needed to do. She needed to lick the dogs. She needed to get them to start breathing on their own. And the first couple of days are imperative that you help her and you watch over her. Sometimes you'll need to pick the dog up, the puppy, and let her lick its private parts, because that, what's the word? That gets, oh gosh, I forget the word. Yeah. M's. Yeah. I mean, she was in the corner licking her business, right? I don't know if it was having another puppy or what, but MFW kept pushing her face away, like, no, don't do that. And I'm thinking, no, you need to let her do what she needs to do. And you definitely need to let her eat the placentas, because that's going to be nutrients for the puppies when they start feeding off of her. And, if you have more than, I don't remember how many nipples a dog has. I don't know. When you have poodles like I do, you only have like 3 or 4 because they're so tiny. So I never had to worry about making sure each one of them got a chance to eat. But when you have a large dog that can have 10 to 12 puppies, you need to make sure that you're there watching so every little puppy can get onto that nip. If not, the stronger puppies are going to push the weaker ones away, and they're not going to get to feed. You have to pay attention to that kind of stuff. I'm concerned. Like, I'm absolutely concerned for these puppies. When your water gets turned off, and when you tell your subscribers that you don't have the money for an SR22 or your truck payment or this or that, how are you going to afford the vaccinations that these dogs need? How are you going to afford the puppy food? And I hope somebody can reach her and let her know that those puppies, that it is imperative that those puppies do not go outside before 6 weeks old. And that right when those puppies turn 6 weeks old, they need to have their parvo shots. There are so many irresponsible people that breed dogs that don't get the vaccinations for these animals, and they end up dying because of parvo. Parvo is a deadly disease to animals. Yes, dewormer, you're absolutely right. Oh gosh, that is very important. You have to deworm the animals before you sell them. You have to. You have to deworm them every couple weeks, not when they're as young as they are, but I think we started deworming ours around we started deworming them after they stopped breastfeeding. So about 5 weeks old. And then we, at 6 weeks, we would always get their shots, their parvo shots. I'm so, hey, Joanne, good morning. Yes, that's right, Joanne. You have to stimulate her so the puppies can pee. That's right. Sorry. My mind got, whoo. Yes, you have to hold each puppy up so she can lick that area so it can stimulate them to go pee. And I don't think you understand how much work comes with this, especially with that many puppies. Like, you can't get mad at them when they go number 2 in your house. You just have to clean it up. There's nothing you can do about it. And I'm telling you, it is a 24/7, like, it will consume you. You got to pay attention 24/7. You know, you have to be there to take the dirty blankets and wash them and change it out. Did you have that prepared? Do you have that prepared? Do you actually know what you're in for? Yes, it is a 20. Yes, seasons. Do you really know what you're in for? Did you think about this before you bred them dogs? If you're not financially stable to breed animals, you shouldn't be breeding them. Period. And that's why I think, and that's why I think that, you know, all you see is the dollar signs. Exactly. She can't even keep her water turned on. How's she going to afford any of this? She's going to depend on the people that are subscribed to her, that are in her membership or Patreon if she has one. I don't even know. Oh, Steph, I know. I can't. Yeah. Zero self-awareness. You're absolutely right. She didn't care. She's thinking in her mind, she's like, oh, I'm going to show all these puppies and people are going to want them. They're going to say, oh, how cute. And then they're going to want to buy them. That's why she did that last night. I worry about these puppies because I love animals. You know, Miss Storky, I'm not really sure. I don't really know. I couldn't tell. You don't want to buy a dog from someone unless you have the paperwork showing that they have been vaccinated beforehand, that they have been dewormed. You need a receipt for that. You need to see that. Those are the kind of things you need to see. before you buy an animal from someone that has absolutely no idea what they're doing. I don't know. Maybe that puppy could have been saved if you would have had one of those suction, you know, when babies have snot in their nose, you take that little suction and suction out the mucus. Maybe if you would have done some research, you could have had that prepared, and maybe you could have helped save that puppy's life. I've never in my entire life seen anyone put that online and think that that was a good idea. It's no wonder that you put that on private. You should have never even recorded that at all. Or went live. Maybe you could have done it as a video and edited out certain parts. Nobody needed to see that puppy die. Nobody. No, Seasons, her mom was there, and I don't know who the other fellow was. I have no idea, but her stepmom was there. Yeah. Yes, she filmed it. And I sat there and I contemplated. I'm like, stop it, Bella. I contemplated, should I record this? And then I thought to myself, no, I am definitely not going to record this because I don't want anybody else to see what I literally saw. Like, I literally saw a puppy pass. And, you know, neither one of them knew what they were doing. Yes. Ems, yes. And people were in her chat trying to tell her that. And she just, you know, she was too worried about recording it. She paid them no mind. People were outraged in her chat, like freaking out, trying to like help her. And then some of her mods were like, oh, yeah, let's listen to all these, stop it, Bella, all these veterinarians. You know what? Maybe those veterinarians could have helped your dog live. You know, there's a lot of animal lovers down here in our little community. And she had over 680 some people watching that. People were outraged, freaking out in her chat, saying, oh my God, shut this off. What are you doing? She didn't care. All she cared about was recording this poor puppy that had passed away out of negligence. The fact that her own dog was back, yeah. Oh, yeah, she was very uncomfortable. You see, okay, when they have their puppies, if you get too close to them, they'll curl up in a ball and they will put their paws over the puppies because that's just instinct, a motherly instinct to protect her young. And there's Katie all up in there with the camera trying to move the dog's arm so she could record the puppies. That dog was so freaked out. Oh. That poor dog was under a lot of stress. And that poor dog should have had a nicer place to have those puppies. How are you going to give those little puppies baths, MFW, when you don't even have water turned on? Because, you know, once they open their eyes and start walking around, They can get messy from feces or, puppy food or whatnot. You have to clean them. How are you going to clean them if you don't have water? Jilly, so am I. So am I. You know what, Irish? I think that's what I saw or heard. They put that puppy in a plastic bag, and I almost guarantee you they put it in the trash. If not, I'll apologize and say I was wrong. But that's what I thought happened. That's what I thought I saw. That's why MFW kept panning the camera away. Oh, yes, Kathy, they are. Huskies are high energy. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Once those puppies get a little bit older, she's going to have however many 10 to 12 puppies running around that house, knocking things over, pooping everywhere. And please don't tell me that you're going to seclude those little puppies out on that back porch. You can't do that. You know what you should have done, or what you need to do, MFW, is go and get, and I'm telling you this because I care about those animals. What you need to go and do is go to Kmart. Hell, I'll give you the money for it. You need to go to Kmart and buy one of those baby pools, one of those plastic baby pools. And you need to put a lot of blankets down there and let mama have her babies in that little pool. So that can be the safe place, because it'll be weeks before those puppies can get out of it. Maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Well, about 3 weeks. I don't know, because they're a larger dog, so I'm not sure. But that's what you need to do. You need to make sure that mama is comfortable and not just laying out there on a floor with dirt everywhere. That's irresponsible. Seasons, yes, that's what we did. That's what we did. We got a little pool. We didn't fill it up with water or anything, but we got one of those little baby pools. And remind you, my little dogs, they're only 4 pounds tops, so that's what we put them in. And we had her little blankets laid down in there, and the baby pups were so little they couldn't get out anyways, but that was her safe place. And you have to separate the male dogs from the mama dog and those puppies. There have been times, not in my, this never happened to me, but I do know that the father dog can harm or kill the puppies. They don't know any better. He needs to be away from them for the first couple of weeks. Are you going to be able to do that, Katie? Are you going to be able to separate them for a couple weeks? Yeah, you know what? You're right, Miss Storky. She doesn't know what it takes. She doesn't have that motherly instinct, so she doesn't understand or know. I agree. I agree. Yes. Ems, she needs to turn her spare room into a puppy room for now, with the door closed. Yes. Or at least a gate so Royal can't get in there, because she needs to feel safe. She doesn't need the stress. And I guarantee you that Roxy feels a lot of stress when Royal comes around, or when a human comes around. I guarantee you. I know how mama dogs are with their pups. Oh gosh, and the cats. I completely forgot about the cats. Oh my God. Huh. It's imperative that you keep those cats away from those puppies. Oh my God. I didn't even think of that. And MFW, let me ask you this. Do your animals have fleas? If your animals have fleas on them, that will kill the puppies. Oh, fuck. I didn't even think of that. I forgot about the cats. Yeah, you're right, Ems. I completely forgot about the cats. Those cats will attack those puppies. And then mama dog is going to harm the cats. And you can't get mad at the mama dog if that happens. Yes, she's going to use it as a money grab. And that's what's disgusting about this whole thing. You know, the lady that got one of our puppies, I didn't even charge her. I'm not going to say who it is because she's not in here. And I don't want to I don't want to invade her privacy, but I didn't even charge her. I knew that she was such a good person, and I knew that she needed a companion, and that her dog that she has now, one of our puppies, is the most beautiful dogs ever. And this little dog is so loved. Like, I have never bred my animals and put them on Craigslist or anything like that. I've given them to people that need them, or that need a companion or want a companion. You know, my dogs and pups are AKC registered. And do you know what that takes? Are yours registered MFW? Do you know how expensive that's going to be? Yes. Irish Fairy, yes. I knew that she was going to breed as soon as I saw Roxy. Absolutely. I knew that was going to happen as well. And see, what bothers me again is Roxy is a young dog. You shouldn't breed animals until they are a certain age, at least until a year and a half old, maybe even 2 years. You know, once they get their first cycle, doesn't give you the right to breed an animal. You need to wait until their body is fully formed and their organs and things like that. Do you care what damage this can cause, Roxy? Do you care about Royal? If you do, you need to separate them. Do you care about the puppies? If you do, you need to separate them from the cats. You need to be there with those animals 24/7. Yeah, I know, right, Ems? Yeah. And Sammy, what's sad about that is that it's going to shorten that dog's life. It's going to shorten that dog's lifespan. That dog is going to be used just for breeding. In my honest opinion, I do not think she's good to those dogs. I love you too, Gun Girl. I don't think she's good to those dogs. I've seen her hit them. I've seen her scream and yell at them. She's using them just to gain money. She knew what she was thinking when she got that female and male dog together. She was seeing dollar signs because that's all she ever sees is dollar signs. You need to read up on what it takes to breed these animals. You need to start reading up on what it takes to care for these puppies. You need to make sure that you have your shit together so you can get these puppies parvo shots at 6 weeks old. And please, for the love of God, if you start giving them dry food, wait until they're 3 to 4 weeks and soften that food by putting water on it. Oh shit, that's right. Your water's not even on. How are you going to do this? Because they can choke on that dry dog food. Good morning, Serenity here. I love you, darling. You're absolutely right. I love animals. I love my animals sometimes more than I love myself. And I couldn't imagine letting the dog I love lay on a back frickin' porch that had dirt everywhere to birth puppies. There needed to be a safe place for her to birth those puppies. Did she do any nesting? You can't tell me that she just went out there where she was at in the corner of that porch and decided, yep, this is where I'm going to have them. You mean to tell me she didn't try to go someplace safe where there wasn't anyone around? She didn't try to go into that spare bedroom or anything? Or into her cage? Because you keep those dogs in a cage a lot. I'm surprised that she didn't go into the cage and try to have them. I'm worried about these puppies. I am absolutely worried, you know. I beg you. I don't know. Like, I don't have the money to do this, but fuck, I'll contribute. I'll help pay for the vaccinations. I hate seeing dogs die from parvo. And that's like one of the number one killers of these puppies. They don't get the vaccinations they need. And if those big dogs have fleas, those fleas are going to be infested onto the puppies. And it's going to kill those puppies or give them heartworm. Oh, that's right. You need heartworm prevention. Have you been giving your big dogs heartworm medication every month, Katie? Do you care about that? Somebody needs to be taking care of these puppies other than MFW. I'm telling you. She's not going to be able to handle it. She's not going to be able to afford it. She's not going to be able to give them what they need. And that's worrisome. And this wouldn't have happened, Katie, if you hadn't have gone live showing all of that. This live wouldn't even be going on. And I know there's outrage from other people. I've seen it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Truth Seeker Knows loves animals. And, oh, gosh. Yeah, I'll help. Yeah, that's a perfect way to do it. I'll pay for the vet visit. I won't give her money, but I can pay the vet directly. If she told us the vet she uses, I could give them. Yeah, me too. That's how much we care about animals. Even if we don't like you per se, Katie, we love animals enough that we'll help. I'm telling you, ask somebody for 25 bucks, go to Kmart and get one of those baby pools and let her take care of those puppies in that spare room without the cats being around or without Royal trying to go in there, because dogs are nosy. You know, Royal's going to want to see what's going on. It was so hard, even with my poodles, to keep my males away from my female. Like, it's a 24/7 thing. Gone Girl says, I will pay a rescue place to take the puppies. Season says, I'll help her too for the puppies, not her. Katie, if you would just go live and tell people you're veterinarian, they'll help you. They won't help you directly, but they'll help. They'll pay for the veterinarian to take care and look over these dogs. I worry that these animals have fleas, and I'm scared to death for these puppies because the fleas will kill the puppies. You know, she went live saying she had a secret and she wanted to tell everyone that she's been holding it back from people. She didn't want anybody to know until now. Surprise! Here's puppies. With one laying there deceased because she didn't know what the hell she was doing. You know, once a puppy dies, the mama will push that puppy away. That mama was still working on that puppy. You should have let her do what she needed to do. You should have had a suction to make sure that that poor puppy's airways were clean. She was trying to stimulate that puppy to life. She wasn't done. She hadn't given up on that puppy yet. And you had a fan blowing out there. When puppies are first born, they don't need a fan. They will get cold. They're so used to being in the womb where it's nice and warm. They don't need the shock of a fan being blown on them. Serenity here, I agree. I agree. She is selfish. She is very selfish. She feels as if she is entitled, and she feels as if people are going to help her pay for all of this. And she sees dollar signs. Katie, I hope to God nobody gives you a dime. I hope that they, help you out with maybe dog food and things like that. But I hope they don't give you a dime for these puppies. Because I don't think you'll use it for the puppies. Yeah. She can't even afford to pay attention. How is she going to afford these puppies? How is she even going to afford? And let's face it, you guys, those dogs do not have the best nutrients anyways. She feeds them scraps. She feeds them junk, the carbohydrates they don't need. She made eggs for these dogs, right? She added salt. Why do dogs need salt? It's not you eating it, Katie. It's your animals. Why did they need salt? They didn't need salt in their food. They need puppy food until a certain age. Then they need regular food. And please, to God, tell me you don't feed them hot dogs. Hot dogs are so bad for animals. Don't ever try to cut them up and give to your animals. Hot dogs are bad for them. Yeah, easy. She did that. She literally had like 10 eggs in this frying pan, and she's adding milk into it, and then she's adding salt. And I was sitting there in shock. Like, wow, why are you feeding this to your dogs? Dogs don't need that. Now, if you want to feed them protein, that's fine, depending on what kind of protein it is. Yep, Jillies, you're right. She feeds them leftovers. Yeah, that's disgusting. And they can get sick from that. Just like a human. I know that dogs, their stomachs are stronger than ours, but they can still get sick from food being left out for 3 days, 4 days. And when you give dogs human food like that, they get diarrhea. It's not good for their bodies. That's why a veterinarian will tell you to really never give your dogs human food, to give them just regular food, because it can mess up their digestive tract. And when they get diarrhea from the human food, that's exactly what that's doing. Oh, God, pork chops. Oh, for weeks. Lord. Yes, I noticed that too. That water bowl, yes, with rust in it. Oh, my God. What are you doing, Katie? Why did you think that this was a good idea? Why did you think that you had any business breeding those dogs when you can't afford water, when you can't afford anything right now? You're just barely scraping by. Do you think you're going to make it big breeding these animals? You're not. You don't have the patience for it. You are self-absorbed. You will freak out once something gets knocked over. And trust me, when they become puppies running around everywhere, they're going to get into everything. They're my kitchen, for example, my cabinets down close to the floor. I had a little puppy that was cutting teeth, right? And they needed to gnaw on something. Oh my gosh. That poor cabinet, it still looks the way it does. Like that little puppy went over there and was trying to rub its gums on my cabinets, on the corner of the cabinet. It still looks like that. They're going to chew on everything. Are you prepared for that, Katie? I know your temper. Don't get mad at them. Don't harm them. You know, I'm not familiar with Chasing Truth really, but I did hear that she had some puppies and that she does breed them as well. I've seen Chasing Truth do videos or lives or whatnot, and she's very responsible, and she has the monetary. She's stable enough to have these puppies. She knows what she's doing. If you can't even afford to keep your water on, you have no business breeding puppies. Oh, man. Yeah, easy. That landlord will flip out. And that's why I'm thinking in my mind, she's going to keep those puppies outside on that back porch, the enclosed porch. And that's really sad. That's really sad because they're on that dirty floor. That one blanket, I don't know. What are those blankets called? I think are they like Mexican blankets? She had one laid out and the puppies weren't even on that. Like they were on the hard floor where dirt was, where that dirty ass mat was. You were not prepared whatsoever. You had people in your chat last night, Katie, saying that you need to spay and neuter those animals. And I absolutely agree. You have no business breeding those dogs. You think that you're going to make it big and get rich off of breeding those animals? You're not. You're not. Most breeders know where the animals are going by the time they're like, what, 3 or 4 weeks old? And some people put down half or a portion. What happens if you don't get all of them sold, Katie? What are you going to do? Are you going to have 3 or 4 dogs in the house that nobody wanted? What are you going to do then? What happens if Royal breeds with one of them? That's inbreeding. And that's terrible for animals. Mine is too. Are you going to have what it takes to keep the males separated from the females? It is a 24/7 job. Trust me, I know. My dogs consume my whole life, and I'm okay with that because I love my animals. They get their baths when they need them. I do their hair. I cut their hair. I cut other dogs. I groom other people's dogs. I've gotten so good at grooming my own, I groom other people's dogs now. Luckily, her dogs don't need groomed like that. They have short hair and they don't grow like poodles do. But I'm so unbelievably worried. She will get rid of. They're large dogs, Captain Obvious. They're huskies. She lost one, and I really believe that that dog died out of negligence, out of ignorance, because she didn't know what she was doing. Hey, good morning, Blackhearted. It's good to see you. Bailey Vexed. Yeah, I agree. Oh, how many puppies? Okay, for what I saw, there was 10 or 11, and then one passed. Oh boy, hold on. Sorry. When my son comes out of his room, my dogs freak out and get excited. So there was like 10 or 11, and one didn't make it. Yeah, that's what was freaking me out, Captain Obvious. Like, you know, she gets so mad at Royal, and I've seen her get mad at this female dog. Roxy, what's she going to do when she has 10 or 11 puppies running around? Yeah, it is a huge litter. Yeah. What is she going to do when they start running around breaking things, gnawing on things once their teeth start coming in? She's going to flip out. She is going to absolutely flip out. She's going to pull her hair out. I'm telling you what, you'll be begging for people to take these dogs, and do not sell these dogs before you get a parvo shot for them. They have to have parvo shots. Do not get rid of these puppies before 8 weeks. Keep that mother dog, Roxy. Keep her with those puppies up until 8 weeks. Some people don't even get rid of them until they're 12 weeks. It depends. You know, I'm not sure if she asked for money or not. I'm not sure. Yeah, easy, you're right. She's not going to be able to afford to get them shots. And if they have fleas right now, she can't even give Roxy flea treatment because the puppies are so young and they're milking. They're still breastfeeding from her. That's what scares me the most. That can kill those puppies. You should have made sure there's certain checks you need to do before you breed animals, and making sure that they don't have fleas is one of them. And the looks of the place, I guarantee you those dogs have fleas. I guarantee it. I don't know, Ems. Roxy needs to be with those puppies at least until 8 weeks. Yeah, definitely can't have flea meds right now. I've had to deal with fleas with my dogs before, and I've had to bathe them. We have to have our yard treated. I mean, I have a lot of dogs, so we have to make sure that we have the finances to make sure that they stay healthy. Heartworm medication isn't cheap. Veterinarians are not cheap, Katie. You really should have thought this through. You really should have. Yeah, she does, Brantley. She feeds them pizza. I've even heard her say that she's gotten scraps from the neighbors before, that they give her food to give to those dogs. Pizza, subs, hot dogs, whatever. That's disgusting. That's irresponsible. Dogs don't need that kind of food. They give them dog food for a reason. Dogs can't handle. And some foods are bad for dogs, like hot dogs. That's terrible for dogs. You know what we give our dogs as treats? We give our dogs carrots for treats. And our veterinarian and my mother-in-law got us started on this because carrots are good for their teeth and it's healthy for them. That's one thing you can give dogs is carrots. They love carrots. We get those little mini carrots and they just, oh God, they love them. It's good for their teeth. All the junk that you're feeding your dogs, Katie, is not good for their teeth. Do you know that dogs can die from diseases in their mouth? Oh, blueberries? I didn't know that, Cassie. Oh my gosh, I didn't know they could have that. I love blueberries, so I'm going to look into that. Yeah, we've given our dogs carrots since they were really little, and they love them. They absolutely love carrots. I don't give my dogs human foods, I don't. It's not good for them. And, their digestive tract, it'll give them diarrhea and can make them sick. I'm sure that Katie's not going to listen to this. In fact, I know she's not because she's so much better. Blah, blah, blah. That's what every creator says. I'm so much better. I'm not going to listen to this. But if you happen to hear this, or if somebody happens to hear this, please keep Royal away. Please keep those cats away from those puppies. Don't stress out Roxy more than she already is. Give her a safe place to be at, not on a dirty floor. That's not a safe place. See, I don't know about grapes. I've never given my dogs grapes before. Oh, how cool. She gave you guys a list of fruits and veggies. Yeah, some veggies are really good for dogs, and then there's some that's not. Like there's certain things. Oh, Gone Girl, honey, thank you. I love you. There are some things that are absolutely not good for animals. Some human foods can be toxic for animals and make them really sick. Just like you don't see humans eating dog food. Same thing. Dogs don't need to be eating human food. Yeah, black-hearted girl. I know that's right. My dog eats better than me. No rawhide. Yep. And, there's some dog foods out there that like are name brand and real expensive. And people are like, oh, well, it's really expensive. I bet it's really good. I'll just buy that. No, like we thought that at first when we had our puppies, and we thought, okay, we're going to get Blue Buffalo. Well, it wasn't really good for our dogs, and it actually kind of made our dogs sick. Now, maybe other people like that brand and it's good for them, but for my dogs, it wasn't good for them. And so we talked to our veterinarian, and our veterinarian was like, the best dog food that there is for your breed is pedigree. And my dogs love pedigree. And it's not even that expensive, but it's a good food for your dog. Or at least that's what my veterinarian told me. Maybe other veterinarians might not think so for your dog or whatever, but I trust my veterinarian, so that's what I went with. It was disheartening to see or hear your stepmother, Katie, put that dog in a bag. And if you put that dog in the trash, holy cow, what a fucking dick move. Yes, chicken is good for them too. Yes, Gone Girl. Yeah. Like their protein is good for animals, but some foods that people think are protein, like hot dogs or Vienna sausages, or that's not good for dogs. That's processed. It's not real protein. Oh, Diamond Natural is good. Yeah. And okay, let me ask you this, Katie, if you're listening. Did you give your mama dog puppy food while she was pregnant with those puppies? Did you know you could mix, or that you're supposed to mix, the puppy food and regular food together so she could get the nutrients she needed? Did you know that? Nope, probably not. Because you were too busy making them eggs and putting salt on them for your dogs. When she was pregnant, did you think it was a good idea to give those dogs salt while she was pregnant with those puppies? I don't know. I've been on here. Yeah, I highly doubt it too. I don't know how you're even able to afford dog food. If you can't afford to keep your water on, how are you affording dog food for your dogs? Easy, I don't think she did. Like, she was not prepared at all. That video was disgusting, and I'm glad she put it on private. It was absolutely disgusting. And it broke my heart to see that little dog pass away. And she was up there just recording it. I don't want to go into detail, but it was awful. Yeah, Purina is a very good dog food form too. You know what, Cassie? I can't either. I really can't. So I think I'm going to jump off here, you guys. I just wanted to express my concern and talk about how irresponsible this is and how harmful. Katie, smarten up, man. Quit thinking about money. Money has literally consumed your mind. And that's why you got these two dogs together. Because in your mind, you thought you're going to just make it big off of breeding Roxy. That is so irresponsible, Katie. That's going to shorten that dog's life. But what do you care? You don't even know how to do it right, man. What everyone saw, all 600-700, what they all saw was filth. And people have the right to be outraged about this. I don't care what anyone says to me. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, seasons, not really. I always took all mine in to the vet. I'm not going to go into detail why, but all of my dogs went in on the second day. right after they were born, even mama. But not all dogs need to know. I mean, if there's like a concern, then yeah. But I don't even know if Katie would know what to look for. And she's not even going to have the money to take them. Oh, yeah, Mandy, we talked about that. Parvo is very serious. That's why I kept stressing, if anybody can get the message to her, when those puppies turn 6 weeks old, they have to have their first parvo shot. You cannot let those puppies outside until they have that parvo shot. Then they get another one at 12 weeks. And then they get another one at 16 weeks. Before you sell those animals, you have to have their parvo shots, at least the first one. Then once the new owner of the puppies, they have to do the 12 and 16. But those shots are a necessity. It's imperative that they have those shots before you take them outside. Don't take them outside. And if you do have fleas on those dogs, Katie, for the love of God, get some water and wipe those puppies down. Wipe mama down. You don't want, those puppies, they can't bite at themselves. They can't, so those fleas will be all over these puppies and it will give them heartworm and they will die. I'm concerned. Like, I am so unbelievable. Yeah, fleas. Yeah. I'm absolutely concerned. And my heart breaks because I'm a huge animal lover. Huge. Like, I've had dogs my whole life. So I don't know. Gone Girl, thank you so much. I love you. And you guys, thanks for listening. I should probably jump off here, but I just wanted to stress how disgusting that was and how irresponsible it was. Just, say a prayer for those dogs, man. And hope that they make it and hope they get the love and nutrients they need. So, all right, guys, I'm going to jump off here, but I hope everybody has a great weekend. And thanks for stopping by. Peace, love, and light.